trying to beat the sun up. Grinding hard for mine to see a meal before my sun's up. All I'm saying is I'm trying to get my funds up. Gotta stay strapped, kiss these niggas.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining in of another episode of Run It Back, where we highlight the greats from Waterbury from yesteryear. This episode, it's been highly requested. People have been bringing this name up in just about every basketball conversation there is. And I'm lucky, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing for me because, it's family. It's my cousin. I get to chop it up, see my cousin, via FaceTime, but I get to see my cousin, chop it up with him, and we're sharing some history with you guys. So, we're right now we're being blessed with the presence of one of the greats to come out of Waterbury. He was a 1983-84 state champion, out of Sacred Heart High School, and went on to, have a illustrious career in the sport of basketball. And as you talk, as we talk and you listen, he's been able to transition those skills into other areas. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, a warm welcome for none other than Mr. Calvin Glenn. How you doing, cuz?
All right, and you. Thanks for having me.
I'm good. Thank you. This has only been like maybe 3-4 years in the making, man.
Yeah, something like that. I come home, our time is just missing each other.
Oh man, but man, I thank you, man, and it's a blessing.
It's a blessing for me. Thank you.
Yes. So how you been?
I'm blessed, man. Taking care of myself, my family, and my little guy's the next. Bringing him up now to see what my youngest. I have 2 boys, and my youngest is playing and ahead of my footsteps at his age. So
wow.
Hopefully he's going to do positive things with it as well. So
definitely, that's good. That's awesome. And he's a 2-sport athlete, karate and basketball. Actually, right?
He's doing track right now.
Oh, and
he just finished football. Now he's doing track.
Wait, hold up. He played football too?
Flag. See, out here they have flag football leagues.
Okay.
At the schools, unlike back home. So in Arizona, things is different. Remember, it's not back home where we have 4 seasons. Out here, it's 2 seasons, hot and hotter.
Hot and hotter.
Today was 100.
Wow.
So when it gets to a hottest, it's about 18 degrees hotter than that. It's about 118 out here in the summer every day for about 60 days. Remember, it's the desert.
It's the desert, right? Wow. So, was it was it a major adjustment for you initially?
The first year that I moved out here, the first month, they recorded the hottest that it had ever been, and it was like that. I almost moved back home. It was 120 every day for 45 days when I first moved here.
120?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
It very much so. Things aren't meant to survive out here in Arizona like that. Cars, batteries, stuff don't last because of the weather out here.
Because of the weather. Man. You said that your son, started now you think he started younger than when you started playing sports?
He's just on a different path than I was.
Okay.
As far as he picks up stuff so quick.
Okay.
And he's been dribbling the ball around the house, since he was probably 1.5.
Oh, man.
And stuff. So, yeah, he's been doing this for a long time. And then I didn't get him involved into it. I made him ask me for 30 days straight to make sure he was serious about playing. Because I told him, I said, if you want to do this, I'm going to help you, but we ain't going to do it, and this ain't for play. I was serious about this, so if you want to do it, this is how we're going to do it. So he asked me every day for 30 days.
You made him ask you for 30 days straight?
No, I didn't make him. I said, if you want to, you have to ask me. I'm not going to ask you.
Right.
So he did. And I know that I was like, okay, this is different because most kids would be for a week, then they'll stop and go. He stayed. He's
He stayed
always
on it.
been committed like that. Yeah.
Wow.
He goes since he was 5. I'll let him tell you when we come home what school he wants to go to. And you're going,
Okay.
he's been saying this since he was 5 years old.
Since he was 5 years old.
Yeah. What school
Wow.
he wants to go to. I said, I can help you get there, but there are going to be days you're going to be mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to hate
Sure.
me because you're going to have, and the things you have to do, the sacrifices you have to do,
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's
Definitely.
I remember those days, man. We worked
Yeah.
hard and stuff. So.
Speaking of those days, so what actually got you started in sports, athletics?
First, it was baseball. I started off in baseball. Baseball was my first thing. I didn't play basketball. I was a late bloomer in basketball. Basketball, and
Okay.
it's funny. I'll tell you the story about that because I used to be up on the hill, the old projects when I
Yep.
would be at my grandmother, your great grandmother's house,
Yeah.
and the park was right across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys that I seen that got me interested to it was Daryl Parker, Bruce Johnson,
Okay.
Stevie Johnson, Clay, and all them was older than me, but I would
Yeah.
go out there and watch. They wouldn't let me play because I had never
Yeah.
played before.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting there watching them out there, and I'm like, man, they do some. And Brucey was like a magician with the ball. He had that ball
Yeah.
like on a yo-yo. It was moving
Wow. He had it on
everywhere.
the string.
Yeah, he did stuff back then. He was ahead of his time. He was Kyrie before Kyrie.
Brucey was.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Brucey made that ball dance.
Okay.
Park
Wow.
being as big as he was, yeah, he got even bigger. Park always was a guard too, but Brucey had the best handles back then
Okay.
that I had seen.
Yeah.
For me,
Wow.
I'm sure there was others, but what I seen in my younger years was Brucey, all those guys, Bernie Ireland, all those guys were the ones I looked up to when, as they were playing, my dad would always take me to Pearl Street, which was on Orange Street back then.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I was little. You weren't even born yet, but yeah. The city was so much different back then.
Yeah. Wow.
And basketball was big in our city, especially during the summertime. It would be like being at Rucker Park where every defense down on Orange Street, everybody was there.
Everybody.
Yeah, so that got me stuck my interest. But then, like I said about with my son, I made him ask me. Then I watched it, but baseball was my first thing.
So baseball was like your first love first.
Yes.
Baseball. Okay.
Yes, it was. And then as I got older and all the other guys were playing basketball, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I'm gonna give you the story. The reason I started playing after that, I played against your dad at the park. Your dad ain't a basketball player. Yeah, he told me that. He's like, cuz I'm not even a basketball player, but he beat me. And beat me convincingly.
Did he?
I said, I was not gonna let this happen. Yeah, he's not a basketball player.
Yeah.
At all. At all.
You're right.
But no, he was the best drummer in the country at that time, though.
Yeah.
He was well known.
Yeah.
Well known. But not to get off track, but that's how I started with basketball. After that day, it was different for me. I had the eye of the tiger.
Wow. You said you ain't never letting that happen again.
No, that was the last time. Then as I got bigger, he didn't want to play no more.
Nah.
But I'll take that. That's the, and I won't take it as, I tell the kids now, either you win or you learn. There's no losses.
Yeah.
That was my learning point.
That was your
He
learning
taught
point.
me, he gave me that curve to learn. And after that, I wasn't trying to learn like that no more.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
yeah. And I never told him that story.
Yeah.
But that's how it got me started.
That's what got you started. Wow.
And every time I thought of that and made me mad when we played other people, I just went back to that.
Yeah. For sure.
Went back to that. So,
definitely.
yeah.
So when would you say that you started noticing that you was actually getting skillful and getting good at it?
I never thought that.
Okay.
Never thought that because for me, there was always room to grow. So for me, I never looked at I was good.
Oh, really?
I just kept playing. No, for me, you hear things, but I don't, growing up, they always say people gonna always say stuff. Don't listen to what they say. Just keep
Right.
doing you, and that's what I did. I just kept playing, and I never listened to that. And then I wanted to, as summers went on, I wanted to start playing with Brucey and Park and them, and they started letting me. And Park and Brucey was hitting me in the head with the ball because they throwing no look passes, and I'm going back to Mama's house with headaches.
That's
Everything. So I had to everything they was doing, I had to be ready. So I took all those learning lessons as, man, there's always room to improve. So for me, I never thought I got better every year after I got out of high school. Believe it or not, every
After?
year, yeah, I got better. And most people, I could jump. So most people didn't realize I didn't either until I went to college. I didn't know I had a 47-inch vertical.
47.
Yeah.
So you just was jumping like through high school. You just was jumping. You didn't really
but it was a gift. You got to remember, everywhere you go in our town back home in Waterbury, there's hills.
There's hills.
We walked everything, and I did that on my tippy toes.
Right. Wow. So that and it's crazy that you say that, because a lot of people, especially in our town, they start to peak like your senior year in high school. That's you hit that ceiling, but you kept going.
I kept going even after that, and yeah, so from my sophomore year when we was playing varsity at Sacred Heart, I averaged like 6 points a game. Junior year, I averaged 12 points a game. Then senior year, I went up to 25 and 15.
Yeah.
That's like a big jump.
That's a huge jump. Now, when you went to Sacred Heart, was it any disparity on like younger classmen not getting a start or anything by the time you came around?
I'm gonna give you the story of Sacred Heart. When I went to Sacred Heart, because Sacred Heart at that time, we had so many kids there. We went to school in the afternoon. Freshmen and sophomore didn't go to school with the seniors and juniors because our school wasn't big. That half of the building that know how Sacred Heart is now, right?
Right.
Well, there was another part of that building that had to be torn down because it was condemned and it was falling down. So where we have the little gym at, they had to tear that down. It was as big as the other side of the thing. You have to go back and look at old photos from the city of Waterbury and see how the building was. But we couldn't go to school at the same time. So we went to school in the afternoon. So there was no way for us to play up then or go to those practices because we had to go to school from 12 to 4 in the afternoon. And the seniors and juniors went 8 to 12, and we went in the afternoon.
That's
so
crazy.
We had practice. Yeah, we had practice in the morning.
In the morning?
Yes, before school.
Wow. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Most people, unless you was during that time, you wouldn't know that or went to our school.
Yeah.
Most people didn't know that.
Okay.
Most people didn't know that.
Wow. So you started getting your time like your junior year.
No, I started playing sophomore year because by that time school had already changed where we were all going to school together. That happened for that 1 year while they tore that down and figured out how to do it. So we had, man, it changed so much where we had we had probably 3 classes of freshmen, 3 classes of sophomores. The school was really big. A lot of kids were going there then.
Wow.
Was
it diverse or?
Yeah. It's always been like that since I went there. Because I went to Sacred Heart my whole life. That's where I started. I went to Sacred Heart Grammar too.
Grammar school, yeah, okay.
Which was over there off of
was it Wookett Street?
Is that Wookett Street? I don't think that's Wookett Street, but you know the street I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Over there, yeah. It's right there. I went to that school before I went to the high school.
Oh, all right.
Because they had moved the high school from there and put it over. because back in the 50s and 60s, it was all together, K
Oh.
through 12, so it was at the same building.
Oh, so it went so okay. So then later they broke it up, and
it
then
got bigger, so they needed another building for the high school, so they separated and made it kindergarten through 8th, and then
yeah.
freshmen through seniors over there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's changed. The city has changed so much over when like every time I go home, things are closed now.
Yeah. Like Sacred Heart closed. You know.
That hurts my heart because we all wanted to donate money, but they was like, yeah, that's just a band-aid on the real problem because everyone who was there that wanted to donate money to it is like you can only do that for 1 or 2 years. You needed
Yeah. Yeah.
need money like Bill Gates or someone like that.
Keep it going.
But yeah,
Wow.
especially with the history of the sports there after, and we started it back off as far as winning our state championship, but I won't get too far ahead on that till we
Yeah.
talk about other things. So, yeah.
So now, was there any expectations? Did you have any expectations about being part of the team, making the team, being the impact player on the team early on?
No, I just wanted to make the team. I wasn't even looking at where I was going to be. And I just knew when we went to practice, because it was me, Anthony Perry, Henry Brown were the only 3 that they brought up to play varsity back then.
Right.
And
so y'all 3 played together all years, huh?
Except for grammar school. They went to St. Mary's when I went to
Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart, but we knew
Okay.
we were going to go together, and we knew back then if we went to school together, we could be dangerous.
Right. Nice. Wow. And it showed like y'all senior year, it was
No, every year we won. Every year.
year.
We lost the state championship our junior year to St. Thomas Aquinas.
okay. Oh,
Yeah. So we went 2 years in a row. We
2 years
lost
in a
in the
row.
championship our junior year. And then our sophomore year, we lost in the semifinals before there.
Oh, so y'all always had a solid squad all the way
Yeah,
through.
freshman
pretty much.
year, we were undefeated. We didn't lose no games freshman year.
Wow.
We won every game freshman year. And we knew then, it's like, dude, we doing this now, and all
Yeah.
these players are the same grade as us by senior year. We shouldn't lose.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened.
But we lost, and we needed that to bring our heads back down because our heads couldn't fit in buildings.
Yeah.
And we were too cocky with that. But like I said, that was the learning points that we had to go through because we were overconfident.
You talking about your junior year?
Yeah, my going into my senior year because we knew everyone else had lost everybody. We had everyone coming back still because when you got 3 of your core players playing at that level for 3 years,
Yeah.
like all the years that Sacred Heart won since I've left there, is because you got these guys have been there for
That's
so
right.
long. If you can't figure it out by your last year on your last go around at it, then you were never ready to be there.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So we figured it out and won convincingly. We won by 24 points in the state championship game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. In the state championship game, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they had a kid on the team going to Notre Dame, and the other kid was going to one was going to Notre Dame, and I want to say the other kid was either going to Seton Hall or Villanova.
Oh,
But they were only juniors.
Oh,
So they were
only
coming
juniors.
back, but they were already pretty much decided that those were the schools
That's
they
where
were
they was
going
gonna go.
to. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So what are because the city was stacked with a lot of players at that time, and I didn't realize that you guys had some mountains, like some big guys in the city around that time too. What were some of the other teams that kind of gave y'all fits here and there within the city?
The hardest team that gave us the most problems our senior year was Kennedy. We beat them both games by 1 point at the buzzer.
At the buzzer,
Yep,
both games.
both games.
Wow.
Both games. Because they had everyone just like we did.
Okay.
They had Neil Ware, God rest his soul, Bill Evans.
Billy
Then they
Evans.
had big why am I having a brain fart now? He's the police commissioner.
The police commissioner?
Vern Riddick.
Yeah, Riddick.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, they were stacked too.
Okay.
They were stacked too. Them three were like us three. We had been to school together just as long.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And I can imagine like those in the games back then were action packed because everybody in the city was going to those games.
there was no room, and what made it even sweeter for us because we didn't have a gym. We didn't have a Sacred Heart didn't have a gym back then, like they did after I left. Our practice court, we practiced at the Boys and Girls Club because Mr. Generali, who was our coach back then, his dad Mario, God rest his soul too. He was we used the boys club to practice.
Okay. Wow. So who was like your home games? Was your home games with Kennedy?
At Kennedy.
At Kennedy.
That's
okay.
where we played like for years.
Yeah.
Until they built the new gym over there.
Yeah.
Where our home games was at Kennedy. So we were away every game basically.
Exactly.
Even when it was a home game.
Even if it was a home game, y'all still was away.
It was a neutral site for everybody.
Wow. So I mean, were there any throughout your high school career, were there any games where like you guys were met with adversity, or you pretty much had like an off night that you can say like, man, I got to do that. I got to build off that.
Naugatuck, our last loss of our senior year. We went in there not playing hard, thought we was just going to blow them out. Yep. And they came in there like, yeah, y'all think y'all going to get us, y'all not beating us.
Oh, man.
And yeah, that was our last loss my senior year. Then we went on a 20-game win streak.
Wow.
Because we lost to Hartford Public, which was number 1 in their division. We lost to them by 1 point. And then, yeah, Naugatuck was our last loss. After we lost to them, that changed our flow because we were joking around and
yeah.
I know you heard a few of the other players.
That was a game that y'all was supposed to win.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we didn't win. So, and that's when I know you heard of other players that played for Coach G. We had bricks. We had these bricks.
Man.
Dude.
Listen.
You don't understand. These
so
bricks, dude.
So that's a tradition.
With Mr. Generali?
He brought that to Holy Cross, too.
He brought that with him. It started before us when he started coaching. That's Pete Funk and all those guys, Daryl and them, they started the bricks.
They started the bricks.
And we had bricks on defense. We didn't do the first week of practice was all defense, and we had bricks. We didn't touch a ball.
Wow.
We had defensive drills for 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
We were the best in shape team. And at the end of the game, you wouldn't know we wasn't in shape because we had breaks and our defense was second to none. And defense back then, you could move people with your hand and guide them where you wanted them to go. Right. Unlike now, if you touch anyone, we got to call it.
Check-in and
you can't put 2 hands on people like you used to. Back then, you could put 2 hands on them and they couldn't go. So you had to have moves and know what you were going to do and adjust to how your people – like every team you played, you had to know how certain players played because they knew what they were going to do to try to stop you.
Right.
And flagrant fouls back then weren't flagrant fouls. They were just fouls.
Just a foul.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you do that to someone now, they're going to fight you and they get suspended.
They get
suspended. At least 1 or 2 games. Back then,
that's just a foul.
It was just a foul. If you weren't bleeding, it wasn't a foul. That's the way they looked at it.
Man.
Yeah, but them bricks.
Those bricks are really –
the bricks, they stay with me to this day, bro. I've been out of high school over 40 years now, and it's still – you don't forget those.
You don't forget them. Wow.
No, I ain't introduced him to my little guy yet, but he's about to learn those too.
Yeah.
He's about to learn it. I told him everything that I teach him, I'm never going to teach them anything or make them do anything that I haven't done.
Got you.
So.
For sure. Definitely. Now, as you guys like going through the success that you had pretty much all through high school, are you starting to look ahead to colleges and places where you want to go on the next level?
I did, and this is sad. It's probably hard for me to even talk about this because I wanted to go to play at Georgetown.
Georgetown.
To go to Georgetown.
Okay.
And I had people saying, "Yeah, you're not ready to go there," and I'm like, "Okay, that's not the way I look at this." But that's where I really wanted to go, to Georgetown. It was either Georgetown or St. John's. St. John's was one of the big powerhouses back then.
Okay.
They had all the boys from New York, Chris Mullins, Walter Berry, all those dudes.
Mark Jackson?
Yeah, he was there, and all them dudes played together at St. John's back there. And that's the thing, look, God rest his soul too, because he just passed. Luke Carnesecca used to come up to Waterbury all the time doing Pearl Street. Yeah, he was, bro, Pearl Street. If you was out of high school or just getting ready to go to college, Pearl Street was a place that coaches came to look.
Oh, so you can get that last second look playing in Pearl Street.
Yeah, because they don't know what they're going to see. That's the diamond in the rough.
Wow. Daryl was talking about that too, how Pearl Street brought a lot of attention.
Yeah, Daryl Dawkins. I remember him coming up. What's the name that worked for the Suns used to come up there all the time. Gosh, he's old now. Frazier. Clyde the Glide.
Clyde the Glide. Okay.
He used to come up to Waterbury, drive his Rolls Royce and all that stuff.
Wow. Clyde Frazier?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
He came up to Pearl Street. I was little then, but yeah, all them dudes didn't know who they were. Just big crowds was always at the park.
Yeah, definitely.
Always at the park then. So yeah, it was a lot. Luke Carnesecca, Rolly Massimino used to come up there, the coach at Villanova. Big John Thompson. All these guys are gone now because it's been that long. But these are guys that's all in the Hall of Fame for coaching.
And they used to come up to the Pro Street to see what kind of talent they can scoop up.
Yeah, Harold Presley went to Villanova the year they won it.
Okay.
He was from Hartford. Yeah, it's been a lot. Marcus Camby, all them young. These are after me, but the ones before me, yeah.
Now, when you played in Pro Street, now did you have a particular squad that you played with, or you played with the players that you played for Sacred Heart?
It was our high school. It was just back then. High school teams played with their high schools.
You just played with your high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before then, because I was up on the hill a lot up at our grandmother's house, and I tried to run with the boys up there, but they had their own crew. And if you lived in the old projects versus they called them the new projects down there, you weren't running with them.
You wasn't.
Because they had their own. They had their own thing, and I respected that. I respect that, and everyone. Unlike the teams are now, back then, no one wanted to play with a player that was played well. They wanted to play against you because they knew that was the competition. So none of them wanted us to be on the same team like that. And they knew they called us the Catholic boys because they and none of them beat us back then. So it is what it is, and I'll say that proudly. they hated that, so none of them wanted to play. Even my buddy Jason, who passed last year. So all them dudes, him, Jay Clary, all them guys played. And always, that was tough battles, but it was fun, and we was boys after.
Exactly.
That's just the way it was when we
stuck battle it out on the court.
We stuck between those lines. No one was friends. They got a quick stiffy to the chest and all of that. So, and no one was trying to fight. It was just it was how we played there.
Definitely. So you said you had your eyes set on Georgetown and St. John's. Now,
a couple other schools.
Were there any schools that was kind of like highly touting you, especially coming off that state championship season?
Yeah, and it's the thing. I was like I said, a late bloomer. So when they were looking at me, I was like their last option because when you go Division 1, they got a list on how they want people to come
Okay.
there, and schools that wanted me that weren't Division 1 back then: Sacred Heart, Quinnipiac, um, University of New Haven,
Mm-hmm.
Southern,
UMH.
all
Yeah.
the surrounding schools. I had offers to go there
Okay.
and stuff, but I knew in my heart I could play at a higher level.
Definitely. Definitely. So where'd you wind up settling in once
My
you?
first year, I
Yep.
went to Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac. Okay.
I went there my first year, and I did well. I did well. That's like I was telling you, my game kept growing. I did well. I started there, averaged like 14
Okay.
freshman year. Now all the greats from Waterbury were playing in that conference. They were at New Hampshire County. Johnny Burris, all them are
Okay.
older
Yeah.
than me.
Okay.
He was there at the New Hampshire College. New Haven had a couple of the older guys I can't think of. Southern had people on the team.
Didn't Sinclair play for UNH?
Yeah, but he had graduated before
Oh,
I got
okay.
there. 'Cause he was already out of high school before I got to high school.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah, he'd been out 4 years. But when I went on my recruiting trip. He was a senior at University of New Haven. He took me and Coach G around the campus and showed us because he was getting ready to graduate at that time.
Yes. Yes.
So we went on and did that, and I waited till the last minute on all those schools, and because I was
Mhm.
thinking still Division 1, and
Yep.
it never happened.
Mm. So your freshman year, you go to Quinnipiac.
Yeah,
Your game is starting to blossom. Like you're
yeah,
picking up steam
everything.
now.
Even my jump got higher. My jump went up, probably about 8 inches.
Wow, and you already had hops before that, though.
I know, but it went to another level.
Really?
Yeah. Remember, when
Wow.
you get to college, you got strength and conditioning coaches that change everything.
Yep, the
I had never
workout's totally
lifted.
different.
I had never lifted before. So by him showing me a few things to get me stronger to play at the college level, that changed too, and that helped me, and it gave
Wow.
me more explosive. So I think the jump was already there, but he helped bring it out more by showing me the explosive part of my jump to get me to there.
Got you. Got you. Wow.
So when I come home, I got pictures of showing me kissing the rim. So yeah, it's different.
I gotta see those, man.
Yeah, the old pictures when we had the short shorts on that they
Yeah.
want to wear again now.
Right. I'm looking at some of the pictures from your Sacred Heart days, man. Them shorts.
Oh yeah, they look like underwear now. Underwear longer than those.
Y'all was playing in some Dukes, man.
Oh yeah, that was the look though. The kids are trying to wear them again though.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Rolling them up four times, and I'm like, I said, we wore shorts like this. We didn't have to roll them up. They were already like that.
They were already like that.
Yeah.
After Quinnipiac, what do you got on your mind now?
I left Quinnipiac, came back home. That's when I had my son.
Okay, Durant.
Yeah, that's when I
Wow.
had him. So I didn't play the first year after I left. I sat out. I went to Mattituck, which was a powerhouse in junior colleges.
Is that when they had
And
Jeff Hunter in them and Rob Generali?
that was way before me too. Not way, but they played before I played
Okay.
there. So they had all my boys, Paxton Cobb. I had Brent Dabb, Rufus Freeman, and them
Rufus.
played with me.
Yes.
And Rufus was a beast.
Oh man.
Beast. And we had this kid, Emmett Lewis. He was, put it this way, he was Penny Hardaway before Penny Hardaway. 6'7", had handles. No, crazy handles.
Really?
Crazy handle. So our starting five, once I got to Mattituck, our starting five all averaged double figures.
Everybody on the starting five.
I led the team in scoring. I averaged 23. Rufus averaged 22. Brent Dabbs averaged 21. Emmett averaged 20, and Paxton Cobb, my point guard, that me and him went to our next school together, and I'll tell you that in a little bit. He averaged 16 and like 9 assists.
Wow. So y'all had to be averaging like close to 100 and something a game.
Every game.
Every game.
Every game. Every game. Every game. We won the whole East Coast college. No one beat us. We was number one on the East Coast. The only other team.
That was a good spot to be at for junior college too, though.
Oh, everyone that didn't have a school to go to right out of high school wanted to go there. So when we first went there, practices were like crazy on kids coming from New York,
yeah,
the Roxbury area over there. Kids came far as from Baltimore to go to school up there.
To Mattituck.
To Mattituck, because Mattituck was ranked in the top. We were in the top 5 every year.
Wow.
And Alvin Fredericks went there that played at UConn with
Okay.
Park and them. That's Park's boy. Well,
Okay.
all of our boys, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was something nothing nice. And I remember one game, we didn't even press them in the second half. We beat one team out of Mass by 104.
Wait, y'all beat them by 104?
We beat them by 100. Score was 138 to 34.
138 to 34.
Yeah, we could probably pull that up in the archives of the Waterbury Republican. Back then, there was 2 papers. There was the Waterbury Republican and Waterbury American. So you had the one that came out in the morning.
In the morning, and then one came
one
in the afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yep, I remember that. Yep.
Remember that? So,
Wow.
yeah. So, and the coach called the school and said, we'll never play you again for pressing. We didn't even press him. We didn't press him after the first. I don't think we pressed him after the first 4 minutes. We were already up by 30.
That fast.
That quick.
Wow.
They couldn't get the ball past the free throw line on the other side of the half court.
And y'all wasn't even
Our press was second to none. When you got, I'm 6'3" and a half. You got Paxton, who was the shortest he's 6 foot. Then you got Rufus, 6'5". Then you got Emmett, 6'7". Then you got Brent Dabb, 6'11".
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough.
So usually we didn't even play, and this is how bad it was. We didn't play we played probably 25 minutes of the game and sat the last 15.
Sat the last. Wow. And y'all already put up your numbers for the 40. Y'all already put up your numbers.
Yeah, and we were already up by 40 or 50.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was.
I would like to have seen the practices. Like for you guys to be that good, I know the practices is like probably like better than some of the games.
And you know where we practice at? Pearl Street. Right off of Columbia Boulevard. That was our gym that we practiced in. Yeah, because we didn't have a gym either. We were probably one of the only junior colleges back then that didn't have our home games was Kennedy. So for me, I was already familiar with Kennedy because I played in Kennedy pretty much my whole life.
Wow.
All the other guys that came there, with the exception of Rufus, they didn't know about that gym. Only me and Rufus did.
Yeah.
And Rufus played there a couple times a year because he played Kennedy.
Yeah.
But that was my home court.
That was your home court.
Yeah.
So you was at home.
Yes. Yes, I was.
You was at home. So how many years you played with Mattituck?
Just one.
Just 1 year?
I had already played 1 year at Quinnipiac. So the year I sat out, that was like a redshirt year. I just concentrated on grades, and I had my first kid already. So I wanted to make sure everything was good in that sense. And then I got focused, and I played the following year. And that's when Rufus came, and Brent was a freshman, and Paxton was already in his second year.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the furthest we had went. They had went then, and we went to Hutchinson, Kansas. They only invite the top 16 teams because we had won the whole Eastern Seaboard junior college thing to make it to that. And it's like the Sweet 16 going to Hutchinson, Kansas, and it's still like that.
Wow.
out there to make it there. You got to win your region, then you got to win one other part down there. So they break the region up into two groups, north and south.
Okay.
And we had to play a team from the south, and we beat them by 30. And then we went on to Hutchinson. And we was like Hutchinson's team because they knew we didn't have a gym, and we came in there, a small school.
Yeah.
All them junior colleges, like Hutchinson, is bigger than most universities.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Midland, Texas, had one. San Jacinto, that's where Boo Harvey, Moses Scurry, Michael Porter, all these dudes that played and went to UNLV. You won't know any of those names unless you looked them up, but all these dudes went on to UNLV,
Okay.
all those schools, and played for Coach Tark. God
Yeah.
rest his soul too. And Larry Johnson was at a school in Texas too. I want to say he might have been at Midland. Odessa. He was at Odessa.
Odessa. Okay.
Yeah. So there was a lot of them. Then we had Southern Idaho, Joey Johnson, Dennis Johnson's little brother.
Dennis
So when
Johnson.
I thought I could jump and we had a dunk contest, to this day, I've never seen no one do. He had a 54-inch vertical.
54?
Yeah.
Like you can, it's like you can put your whole arm inside the.
I'll just give you an example. He was in the middle of the key, and the guy was shooting a three-pointer
Okay.
outside. He blocked the guy's three-pointer like 9 rows up. Coming from
middle of the key.
He was inside the key and took 2 steps out and caught it at its peak
Wow.
and threw it 9 rows.
And threw it 9 rows.
Yeah, because we was practicing for a dunk contest down there, and when we did the dunk contest, he did a dunk to this day I've never seen. And you have to ask Rufus. Rufus, people who was there, because people was like, there's no way on earth you did. The only people who was there really believed this, because he took off from 1 step from the free throw line, inside the free throw line, turned in the air, reversed, went between his legs, and dunked it backwards.
Reverse, and went between his legs and dunked it backwards.
Yeah, I'd never seen nothing like that in my life. I did
That
that. I
sounds
didn't
crazy.
want to dunk. Huh?
I said that sounds crazy.
And he was an inch, probably half an inch taller than me, and I'm looking at him like, they was like, man, we thought you could jump. But my man had all of this over the rim.
Wow.
I could get this over the rim. He had this over the rim. That's the 7 inch.
That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. He ended up going to ASU.
Oh, he went
And
to
I know his
ASU?
son's out here now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a small world. When you play any sports and you play at no matter what level you play at, it's a small world. The fraternity is everybody.
Yes.
You know somebody that knows somebody,
exactly.
and that's
Especially
how
when
that
you get
goes.
to traveling, playing and traveling. Everybody, you're right. Everybody knows somebody. It brings the world that much closer.
For sports, yes, because
Yeah.
if you play at any level, maybe even high school, you know some people that know these guys over here.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's crazy how the fraternity is. My son is meeting kids now like that. So
Yeah.
keep
Definitely.
telling them.
Nah, that's good.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and as you get older, those like a lot of those, the fraternity and the connections, they turn in. You make some lifelong friendships, and you never know
Yeah.
where certain connections will lead you to later on in life.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. So every time I go to the airport to fly anywhere and I'm with the family, they be like, I see someone in the airport I ain't seen in years that play basketball. Every time. It has not failed since I've
Every
been out
time.
here. And my son like, Dad, you know everybody. Every time we come to the airport, there's someone in here that you know. And it's crazy. So someone either tap me on the shoulder or I tap them on the shoulder. And it's like,
Yeah.
I remember we played here. Like, yeah, it's been that long. And he don't believe half of the story. So I had to, it's hard. You don't believe. Yeah, because it's kind of hard to believe because you ain't never seen it in your life. But when I broke 2 or 3 backboards there, he don't understand that. He don't understand that part of it.
Now I'm glad you brought that up. So when was the first backboard you broke?
I broke all of them at the North End Rec.
You broke all of them at the North End Rec.
Yep, in games.
Wow. Wow. Now, was that before Daryl Dawkins was doing it?
No, this was way after. We had collapsible rims already because of Daryl Dawkins.
Okay. Yeah.
He's the one that made them invent the collapsible rims.
Yeah.
Was because of him.
Wow. So you dunked a few of them at the Rec.
Yeah. A couple guys had to go to the hospital because they had glass in their back. Dunked on like the first one. I never forget any of them because I didn't think I was going to dunk like that.
Yeah.
And I went baseline. And when I went baseline, they jumped, I jumped, and I dunked. And I came down, the rim was in my hand, and glass was just coming down. My man bent down, and glass was in his back. Then the next time, same thing.
Wow.
Coming through the middle. And it's different for me because my hands is the same size as Dr. J's when I measure them. So my hand, if you get a ruler, my hand, as you can see from here to here is 12 inches, 12 and a half inches.
Daggone. Wow, cuz.
So, yeah, when you can palm a basketball like this with your pinky and your thumb and on the bounce. Yeah.
On the bounce.
Yeah. My little guy is 12 now. He could palm a basketball like that. He had his hands is on the way to that.
He's on his way to that. Wow.
Yeah, so that's what helped me with a lot of my dunks back then because my hands were so big that I could do anything because of how big my hands were. The ball in my hand felt like a grapefruit.
That's how it felt like. So you can
how
Michael Jordan do the palming of the ball.
So just picture this. When the ball came off the rim, I catch rebounds in the air with one hand. Out of the air.
Out of the air.
It was like I would freak people out because they never seen that.
Yeah. Wow.
My best dunks were faking the ball at him and then going up. But I can't forget my boy Phil. Me and Phil, we used to terrorize people during the summertime.
Phil Lott?
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Phil Lott.
The day I leave Irv. Yeah, me and him terrorize people.
I can imagine, man, like that combination.
All these years, we never played one-on-one against each other because I don't think neither one of us really wanted to find out.
Right. Never played one-on-one.
And we played one-on-one against everybody but each other.
Really?
And he'll tell you the same story. We've never played one-on-one against each other. And we always played together when we played on summer teams and stuff. Even a couple Pro Street teams we played on together because he's a few years younger than me, but he was, as we got older, we always played together. We even played, it was a game going back up to Kennedy when we played against Smitty, his boy that went to Smitty, Chris Smith that went to UConn.
Okay, yeah, UConn.
Yeah, we played Hubie, God rest his soul too. He set up a game for Pearl Streets. Me, I'll never forget our team. It was me, Dewey, Rufus, Kenny Green. Phil didn't come home. Yeah, Phil came home. We played against Cliff Robinson, Brad Sellers, all these guys that they had up there. And probably the nastiest dunk I've ever seen is when Phil dunked on Cliff Robinson and he told him before the game he was dunking on him.
No, sir.
Ask him. He flicked it under his arm and went back like this. Cliff reached for it like that.
Yeah.
And he had it cocked back here already and dunked on him. He dunked the ball so hard, it went through the rim and came back up.
Came back up
through the rim. That's Phil. That's the hardest dunk I ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And he dunked, God rest Cliff's soul too, because he passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
Blessings to him and his family. But yeah, we beat them.
And y'all beat them. And these are NBA players. Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of great games, man. Then we used to go down and play in New York, me and Phil. In the summers after we both got done. And we played down there and made names for us. They used to call me the Hawk.
The Hawk.
And Phil game was so much like Magic Johnson that it was crazy. The way he played was just like Magic. And me, I tried to pattern myself a little bit like I took a few people, Mike, Dr. J, Connie Hawkins, going back to even before that when I met Connie. He used to come up, God rest his soul. He was Dr. J and Michael Jordan before they were that. Connie Hawkins. You'll have to look. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to look him up. And you'll see what I'm talking about. His hands and everything, too.
Really?
Huge. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, he got blackballed.
To be able to do some of the stuff that you were doing and like even the stuff that Mike doing, you kind of had the combination of having big hands to, you know what I mean, to do that with the ball. Like,
and see the creativity that they have now. If I would have thought about that then, I didn't think of stuff like that. No one did back then.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was dunking 2 balls and stuff like that. But as far as going between the legs, I know I could have did all of those dunks that they're doing now because of my vertical. But
yeah,
I had never tried none of that. And now that I think about it, I probably could. I mean, I used to hit it off my feet when I'd be in the air and stuff like that. But
yeah,
all that stuff between your legs and reverse 360s. And I regret, I wish I would have tried 720.
That's the
twice.
Woo.
360 times 2.
Now that's mean right there.
I mean, 360 was so easy, and I'm doing a 360 with this over the rim.
So you could have, yeah, so you probably could have did a 720 easy too.
I'm thinking I could have, but I never thought of that. We didn't think of that stuff back then. We just was trying to get it down, and I was more, unless it was in a dunk contest, I was more of a power dunker. So if you got my way, I dunked on a few 7-footers. So
I was about to ask you, how many 7-footers did you catch?
I got a few bodies under me. Few bodies. I got a few bodies from everybody, but the ball coming off the rim, they never boxed me out.
And you just keep,
I know he probably gonna be.
on them.
My boy will probably laugh at this. The first person I dunked on that I knew had game, that kind of helped me say, okay, now I'm on the right path, was Alvin Fredericks, because he could jump.
Okay.
And we were playing in Pearl Street. This was my first summer after I went to Quinnipiac.
All right.
And I came home, Brucey and them was playing, and I went baseline on Alvin. He didn't think I was going to jump and dunk it. Then he tried to jump at the last second. And as you jump after someone already jumping, you just lift them up higher.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And I gave him an and 1. And all he did
you kept going.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I dunked it on him, and he fouled me. He said, okay. Brucey and them ran on the court. I was like, man, where you been at? Because that was my first game where I thought I could see that I had improved like drastically.
Yeah.
I had 44 points in that game. And I was playing against all those dudes that have been already that I looked up to.
Got you. Yeah.
For so long. Then I started playing with them. And that's what made me feel good, because everything they taught me had panned off and paid off. There's a man, now you're here.
Yeah.
Now you can play with us.
Definitely.
Stuff.
Definitely.
So yeah, those were some of the great times, man.
So before how far did you take your collegiate career before you thought about anything professionally?
I ain't never thought about none professionally. After I went to Mattituck, and we played in the Sweet 16 and lost in the Final Four, that opened up so many more doors that weren't open. I had scholarships from 22 Division I schools after that.
Oh, daggone. Really?
Yeah. Just from playing out in Hutchinson and people seeing what I did out there, and Pepperdine, Fresno State, school, Eastern Kentucky, Cal State, Fullerton, University of California. Not
you
UCLA,
but Utah?
Yeah, and then I went to but Weber State. I finished at Weber State where Damian Lillard went.
Okay. Oh, that's when you finished that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And my coach was a well-renowned coach, Coach Larry Farmer. Okay. Still a good friend to this day. He played at UCLA during their dynasties.
With
He
O'Bannon?
was
No.
89 and 0. No, he's my coach.
Oh,
Played
so he
in the
way
80s.
before that. Like,
Yeah, he played for
okay.
Coach God rest his soul, who he won 3 national championships in a row. His school's the last men's basketball team to go. He went 89 and 0 before they lost to Notre Dame.
89 and 0?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I basically went there, and I had offers from other schools that I didn't even take the visits to even play baseball. I had Florida State, because I played baseball at Mattituck as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we
So
won our region.
So in high school, you just played just basketball in high school.
Yeah, I didn't play at all. I played to 8th grade. Then when I got to high school, I played football till after my freshman year. Then Mr. G didn't want none of us playing football no more to get hurt for basketball season. So I stopped doing that. And at that time, I wanted to work on my craft, so I didn't even pick up the bat no more, which I probably should have. Like didn't. And I didn't play for 4 years. Then I went and played at Mattituck. So the year that I first went to Mattituck, I didn't play basketball, but I played baseball. So I played baseball 2 years there. And then I had scholarships from around the schools, all the baseball, Southern, which was good back then in baseball, University of New Haven, which was really good in baseball.
Yep.
Quinnipiac, which was really good in baseball. All the schools around there. Little Division 2 schools in Mass for baseball, but I was like, I don't want to do baseball.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And you could.
Most people don't know that.
And you excelled in baseball. You could have really took that too if you wanted to.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so, because baseball was my best. But then as I got older and you don't play it for a while, your craft, because you're not into it every day. Like, when Mike first came back, it took forever.
Yeah.
Now you're playing against guys that's been doing this as long as I've been doing basketball.
Got you.
So they see you coming in trying to them cheat the sport. So everything was off.
Yeah.
Everything was off.
Oh, okay.
After that. So I tried to play in little leagues after I got out of college. But yeah, basketball, I did end up going there and playing for Coach Farmer for 2 years. Well, he got fired after our first year.
Okay.
And then we had another coach come in, and I'll keep his name out of this. But anyway, when your coach who recruits you don't stay there, that it makes it hard for the incoming coach when he got to bring his own players.
Yes.
It makes it very hard, but he couldn't keep us. He couldn't keep me out of the starting lineup because I died in my game. I wasn't going to allow that. But
yeah,
he brought in his own crew, and back then you had the red shirt once you came to school anyway. They didn't allow you to play transferring from another school, so that's how that worked.
Now, what position they have you? Was you playing? Was you like a power forward?
No, because I was small. I'm not big, but my vertical, I jumped center every game because of my vertical.
Okay.
But I never really had a true position. I played 1, 2, or the 3.
Oh, really?
I was a tweener.
You was a tweener, okay.
I didn't have a position. I was a hybrid before there was hybrids.
Yeah, right. Okay. Wow, okay.
I wasn't the best dribbler because I didn't have handles like Brucey. But I did enough to get the ball up the court, and no one was going to take it from me. And shooting, I wasn't the best shooter, but if you left me open, I was going to kill you.
Yeah, you're right.
And then because of my vertical, certain games they would run a 3-guard front. We ran a 3-guard front, so if I had a big guy on me, guys back then weren't like they didn't move. Rufus was probably the biggest guy I knew that could jump like that.
Rufus?
Yeah, Rufus was like 240, 250 back then, jumping out of the gym.
At 240?
Oh, yeah, he'll tell you.
Wow.
Ask anybody about Rufus. They'll tell you. Rufus was, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard a lot of stories about you. It's like you and Rufus, I done heard like a lot of stories about y'all.
Let's put it this way, cuz we was at Mattituck together. Paxton threw us an alley-oop. I went to grab the alley-oop. He grabbed it out of my hand. I was still holding on to the ball. He dunked me and the ball. Real talk. This is a true story. We dunked it together. So I'm telling the scores table, that's my badge. He's like, no, it's mine. He said, I'm giving each one of y'all 1 point.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Because we dunked it together.
You dunked it together. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after college, what did you start to settle in on?
I went and played a little bit. I played for this team called Marathon Oil that goes around playing all the colleges before the season started, all the exhibitions. We played
Okay.
against Ohio State,
Mm.
Kentucky, all those. After that, before all of that, I went to camp for the Bulls. They had a free agent camp. I went there, and that's when you find out how political stuff is, and it's
Okay.
not how good you are, who you know. It's who you know, not
How good you are.
yeah.